I'm aware this is only my side of the story, and that travel and jet lag can make everything feel more intense. So I'm genuinely curious whether I am overreacting. I am a 34-year-old woman who just arrived in Tokyo yesterday to spend part of a trip with one of my oldest friends, someone I have known for over 20 years. She invited me to join her. She is staying in Japan for about 3 months, and I am here for 16 days. She offered that I could stay at her Airbnb while we travel together. A few hours before my flight, literally about 4 hours before leaving, she called me sounding nervous and said she was not sure about the sleeping arrangement anymore. She said there was one main bedroom and that I would have to sleep on a small tatami mat in a tiny space, and she was not sure if it would work. I told her that was completely fine with me and that I am flexible, and that if it somehow did not work out, we could always find another solution. During that same call, she also told me she was nervous about us traveling together because 7 years ago we had a falling out after I visited her, and I had not been a great host. We eventually reconnected over the past year and rebuilt the friendship. I reassured her that we have both grown since then and that we would communicate better this time. Fast forward to yesterday, I arrived after about 17 hours of travel, exhausted, hungry, and jet-lagged. She picked me up from the metro around 10 p.m. When I mentioned I was really hungry, she said there was no food at the Airbnb and that most places were closed. We ended up going to a supermarket at the station where I bought instant ramen and water. We went to the Airbnb, ate, and went to sleep. The next day I woke up around 1 p.m. There was still no food in the house. I suggested going to the supermarket to get some breakfast items. She said I could Google where it was because she wanted to go to a temple and read or work. I asked if she could maybe drop me off since she was going out anyway. She seemed slightly annoyed but did. I got groceries and came back. I cooked us both Japanese-style omelets and we ate together. Later in the afternoon, we went for a walk to a park and a nearby temple, which was nice. In the evening, she suggested we sit down and plan our itinerary together. Before the trip, she had mentioned she loves planning trips and had already made a long list of things she wanted to do. So I told her I was happy to look at whatever she came up with and we could adjust it together. She started using artificial intelligence to generate an itinerary based on her list. This took about an hour while we were both sitting in the living room. I was answering messages on my phone while she worked on it. At some point, she suddenly seemed irritated. When I asked what was wrong, she said she felt like she was doing all the work and that my saying I was easygoing was not helpful because I am actually a particular person. She said she expected me to also have a list of things I wanted to do so we could merge them. I told her I did not have a specific list and that I was genuinely happy to go along with the things she wanted to see and that we could adjust the itinerary together afterward. She said that was not how planning usually works and that I should contribute more. So I started looking up museums and things to do. Most of the things I found were not that exciting to either of us or were very far away. At one point, she suggested a very obscure museum that was about 3 hours away from Tokyo. I said it looked interesting, but maybe not for this trip since it would take almost a whole day, and she is here for 3 months anyway. She got offended and said that I claim I am easygoing, but then immediately criticize her ideas. At that point, the conversation became tense, and I ended up crying because I felt overwhelmed and criticized. I told her I am here after a really tough couple of years, and I came to Japan to relax and enjoy myself, not to feel like I am doing something wrong. She kept insisting the issue was that I did not provide a list beforehand. After that, I went downstairs to unpack and then went to bed because I was exhausted. Now I am wondering if it would be better for me to get my own Airbnb nearby and just meet up for some activities instead of staying together the whole time. Am I overreacting for feeling uncomfortable after the first day? Or would getting my own place this early in the trip be a reasonable solution?